When the producer of the next film told me we're looking into modern-day witchcraft, I said, you're having a laugh. But it turns out, here in the West, you're never too far from a witch. And guess what? They don't wear pointy hats or ride broomsticks.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
I am a witch.
Witches are often seen as dark, mysterious, and even dangerous. But is that fair?
Witchcraft isn't worshipping the devil, it's not cursing people, it's not black magic.
It's a belief in the planet, it's a respect for everything, it's a positive thinking, cosmic ordering.
But 400 years since women were burnt at the stake, witches of the West Country say they still suffer prejudice.
We have had eggs pelted at the windows, I've had my car keyed, somebody come into the shop and threatened to burn the shop down with the people in it.
I've been invited into the secret world of modern-day witchcraft to find out what it really means to be a witch in the 21st century. Spellbound sits in the shadow of Gloucester Cathedral. Wow. Tony, hello. Tony Hunt runs the shop and witch school. A former Met police officer, she's now the head witch of Gloucester. What an amazing shop.
Yeah, a little bit different.
It's quite different. So let's start with the basic. What is a witch?
Well, lots of people don't know they are witches. They'll be into holistic therapies, they'll be into crystals for remedial stuff, they'll see spirit, or they may have a high intuition that means that they can think of a person and then the person turns up. So they have all of these different abilities, but they have never been able to speak about because it would have been still so controversial. People like me would probably have been sectioned years ago, because if I admitted that I was psychic, they wouldn't have seen it as psychic, they'd have seen it as mad.
See, some people might go, you should be sectioned already.
Yeah, they might say that. They're entitled to their belief system, but there's a lot of people out there like me. We do 2 classes a week and they're full. Policemen, solicitors, dentists, doctors that will say nothing about it because of the fear of public reaction.
In Tewkesbury, office manager Ros is one of those who likes to keep her witchcraft secret.
I just like to create little miniature scenes, basically. It's a hobby of mine.
She became a witch 2 years ago after graduating from Spellbound Witch School.
I do have little artefacts around the house that represent witchcraft. So, for example, I have a protection bottle here that's got my DNA, my husband's DNA, the dog's DNA, and some other correspondences. I keep those in the windows around the house, and that keeps away negativity or anything untoward that could be sent your way. But because they're small, nobody would see them when you have visitors that come round. Yeah, so I do have a separate room where I do have my witchcraft items out on display, because that's just for me and nobody else comes in here. I keep different herbs and spices in here. These are more of my favourite herbs. I made some witch bottles for my neighbours to help sort of protect them. I've done a number of things for my parents, and they believe now because I have done money spells for them, and they've had a few wins at bingo and things like that.
Couldn't that just be a coincidence?
Yeah, people could say that, but it's not when I've put a certain intent into the desired result, and the desired result is what came out. But do I worry that people would think I'm a witch? To a point, yes, but it's what I like to do and what I enjoy.
Witchcraft is an ancient practice with origins in pre-Christian paganism. Followers worship the planet, use herbal remedies for healing, and believe in the power of positive energy to cast spells. They've even got their own language, where they speak English in reverse.
Strig and rist, grill, yeah.
But witches say they're often misunderstood.
So this is a poppet, it's a healing doll. There's a thing called the 7-pin system.
See, that to me, a doll, pins.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I understand, because we've seen it as almost the
Yes.
but it's not that at all. So say you had a problem in the knee, I would drip essential oils or a herb mix down to the area that needed healing. We send positive thought forms to that, and it's known to be a healing system with poppets.
Is it slightly selling false hope?
Positive thought is an amazing thing.
I'm yet to be convinced, and there's no scientific evidence that spells or potions have any effect. But witchcraft is a growing movement with an army of followers on social media. And 400 years after women were hanged or burned at the stake, witches say they still face persecution.
We have had somebody come into the shop and threaten to burn the shop down with the people in it. We have had very intimidating people stand outside and prevent customers coming in and accost the customers outside with their Christian leaflets. We have had eggs pelted at the windows. I've had my car keyed. It's endless, endless.
Tony told me she'd even seen people performing exorcisms outside her shop. So I wonder how the church views witches today. I've come to the Mecca of witchcraft, Glastonbury. Reverend Diana Greenfield works with witches here to help build relationships with the Diocese of Bath and Wells. She even counts them among her friends.
I love witches in the nicest sense of the word, because they're human beings, but that needs to come with a level of understanding about what they represent and who they are. But that doesn't mean to say that what they believe and what they practice is so far different from what we believe and what we practice. There's a lot of overlaps.
A lot of people might hear you say that and think, my God, that's heresy, isn't it?
It could be seen as heresy, but it also could be seen about, preaching an all-inclusive God and a loving God.
Do you think the church realistically can be open to that?
I would hope so, because I worry that if we're not, then we're becoming increasingly isolated. I'd like to think that, our congregations are open enough to embrace a desire to learn together.
Those inside our circle, protected by the light.
Tony and Roz have invited us to a secret gathering of witches deep in the Forest of Dean. As an outsider, attending this ritual is a rare privilege.
Bring back the light.
Tonight they're marking the winter solstice, a pagan practice celebrating the return of the sun.
We celebrate the sun's return.
These witches insist there's nothing sinister or scary about what they do. They say their chanting is like a prayer to bring life and light to the planet. And while I've seen no proof that their magic is real, these women certainly believe in the power of witchcraft.
It's brought me empowerment and a sense of community and wonderful friends.
Bring in your power, witches. Channel the light.
Happiness, feeling well, really feel like you're making a difference.
It's given me an inner strength that I never knew I had, and it's given me a positivity on life.